Hi everyone, and this is a VOD review for Yellow's team. I'll just call them Blue Team, and we will begin now. Speed boosting out of spawn. And are we going to teleport to point? Yes we are. Excellent. Turrets in place. And a very strong defensive position we have here. And just a little bit of poke. Nice spam. Nice backing out from the MOWL. Cheesy's on the backside, but alone D.Va can't do very much. And an excellent pin onto Vanguard, finishing that fight up. Oh, excellent wall up, and we are going to get a nice stagger onto Cheesy. Excellent. Milking more time. And the reset comes through. So, now, this is what I would do with you guys. So I would stay on this right side here, and I'd play very conservative. So I would play right here, right where you were, and then utilize this sightline, and then utilize that sightline to get a little bit of poke damage in, regardless if they're going to come this way through the main choke, or they're going to go this way. But since they're going to go through the building here, and then they're going to drop down, what I would do is I would stay onto the point itself. Yeah, right here is your strongest defensive position within these walls. Because the moment you exit on the outside of the wall, you are vulnerable to getting walled off by their Mei and getting pinned or flashed pinned by their Reinhardt and their McCree. So you just want to stay right here like this. So the moment you poke out, you're losing your advantage of having a very, very strong starting point here. With this team composition is absolutely perfect for this map. And the way that you utilized it by speed boosting, teleporting onto point, and then staying inside the room for your first fight. And yes, that's the main reason why you lost that fight, is because you tried to take the fight out here to the enemy rather than staying on the point and then utilizing your MOWL, because you know they don't have Blizzard yet, and they didn't even have a bomb. All that they had was the Shatter, which they used, and of course, perhaps Window. But you can LOS the Window from being inside here and then using your MOWL and your shields. So you had a lot of options there, as well as your Immortality Field and your big Symmetra wall shield. So that is where they snowballed you, right here, because you went out hunting for them when you should have been right in the center of that point, because everything started off so well for you guys, but you gave up your primary advantage of fighting within this room here, because your group composition is very much suited for it. You guys are going to go upper left. High ground, yes. And just wait out the MOWL, of course, yes. There you go. They walled early, so they kind of messed that up. Okay. you had a pretty good wall coming across here, and that's fine. Pandy, that was a really nice grav onto them. You did get 4? Yes, 4 in there. Now, unfortunately, you did have Blizzard, and you do have the window. You guys had to back down because of the Blizzard, but if you were able to send out your Blizzard to here and actually combo with the grav, then it would have been most likely a team kill for you guys. So that was just like not taking advantage of the situation that you had with the strong starting position, because they basically let you come through there for free. They just put up the May wall and then it didn't block anybody off, so you were all together as 6, speed boost in over through here, and then grav as Pandy did, and then you want to end up over here, ideally in this position right here, because you would have been all in the green on this side as, say, 5 with Pandy down here. That's fine because he can still right click up here into the Blizzard itself. So that's just something that I saw that because Hack's EMP sent his Blizzard over this way, you guys could have just speed boosted and then went across as a full group to the other side. I think there would have been enough time for that. I know, unfortunately, you didn't have the sound barrier yet, but certainly Waffle could have charged across as well and perhaps pinned a target up here or gotten a pick there too. So that would have opened up things for you guys there. But obviously a tougher starting position to be in for this fight because you weren't able to hold on to the point from the last fight. So at this point, you're just going to retreat or wipe it because you already lost 2. So good. Pandy's retreating. Maria, you went to point, but you should have just speed boosted Pandy back out, and then he would have survived as well, rather than getting hunted down there. Back to the upper left. I guess that was a very unfortunate pick for you, Yoa, because you did have the ice block as well as the May wall. Pandy shielded that, so he tried to body block for you. I guess maybe you were 3 pixels to the right and got hit by it. Yeah. Now let's back out of here and regroup. We'll get a little bit of poke in. Yes, go back and speed boost Yellow, because you can get him up here faster. Alright, going down main. It's unfortunate that you got walled off. Good kill on the May. You did force out the lamp. Okay. And we'll move right along into
ready for battle.
Shrine then.
Ready for battle. 3. Ready for bat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2.
Alright, coming on Far Mercy with Baptiste. A solid group composition to start things off with. Okay. I see what's going on here. So, Yellow, Deadstock, Maria, you guys need to be focusing on going this way and wrapping around to just do a right flank onto the DPS because they're both here and here, so you want to eliminate them. Get rid of your opposite number as fast as possible and work on that tracer. I know the tracer does cause you problems on these two maps in particular, so it is an option to also run Sombra or run the McCree with a Brig and Doomfist instead of Pharah for this map if it's really causing you problems with the tracer. So I'll take a look at map 3 in depth, which is the Sanctum. But for this fight, I would say focus these two first. These two DPS. Try and get that McCree out of the picture, and then you can go to work on the tracer and protect your backline.
The objective is now
Okay, yeah, I'm seeing what's going on here. So you guys do get split.
1. Ready for
Yeah,
battle.
both your tanks get split here, so I'm just going to go back in time a little bit. Not too far. There we go. Yeah, okay. So both Pandy and Waffle are playing together like you should be. And I would just pound this Reinhardt down first because he is getting low. So try and finish that off. And then you can go after the McCree here in that position. But because the DPS were here and here first, like they were more vulnerable out here, so you did have an angle there. Then you turned around and somebody must have called Diva flanking or something of that nature, and you turned around and you shot rockets at the Diva, which was a waste of time. So you want to focus on those DPS first, but because the Reinhardt is 1/3 HP, try and get him out of the picture and then go back to your opposite number, your counter in the McCree player.
The objective is now active.
That's unfortunate you weren't able to protect Deadstock when he got flashed. That was a nice lamp, but that died almost instantly. Oh, that Lucio is low. And that's a reset. Alright, here's the issue you're going to have with Reaper. You do have projected barriers to help you against the McCree, but here I would rather see you play Doomfist, in all honesty, because if you're feeling like the Far Mercy is not going to work, I would just swap over to Doomfist 9 times out of 10, because you're going to be able to do more against their team as a whole than you would on any other hero there, Yellow, because the Kree can hard counter your Reaper. And the Tracer is going to be difficult to kill with you being on Reaper as well because you're a bigger target. So it's more difficult to kill Doomfist as a Tracer player than it is for the Tracer to kill you on Reaper, which is more easy. Now, the Brig is okay as long as you're staying next to your Baptiste. So you guys want to work as a duo there to help protect the backline from your Tracer enemy there. So I'm sure that was the call out, but since I can't hear your comms, I will continue on. Alright, let's go straight up the middle. Now here's the thing. Okay, you brought Brig and Baptiste together, so you have Brigida to help protect your Baptiste. Those guys they're good. They're good against the Tracer, so you can ignore the Diva and the Tracer on the high ground. You only turn your attention to the Tracer when she gets close enough to shield bash and flail to actually hit as support. And then you're going to want to go directly on to the Reinhardt at this point and try and eliminate him because, yes, the Baptiste can reach him with the lamp and the heals, but all of you together should be able to kill him. It's good to know where the Tracer is at all times and keep track of them in your head, but with her being on high ground there and just too far away, she's just poking at you a little bit, so that's the thing where it's like you walking back just to engage Cheesy and say hi to him is just a waste of time there, so to the primary objective. So let us continue. Good shielding there. I do like the attempted shatter, but the counter shatter was better. Nice fire strike, takes out 2. But that is also a regroup for you guys. Waffle, you're getting really good on those fire strikes. Yes, yes, I am proud of you for teleporting onto the point because you realize that you can't really do much to the Tracer when playing Reaper, so you got back up here, so that's good. And Wraithing out, nice. It's interesting because you were here with the, yep. You don't think that you're going to get anything, but I would have held that and tried to get the Lucio at least, or just break shields with the damage of the Deadeye. You did Deadeye a little prematurely there. Okay, I see the Tracer's becoming a real headache for you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
Alright. I'm gonna back this up.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
For our Mercy, I like it. You know where they are on the left. Waffle is looking for the Sombra. Okay, right here. This is where you guys get really split, because Waffly's going over here with Pandy to try and deal with some tanks and supports over in this general area. But what happens here is because your supports are out here in the open, and you're not playing over here in the safe area between this doorway and right here, because like Waffle can come back, so you don't necessarily have to go chasing where he is. So when you're trying to get a pick here in the hallway, you guys end up being on like opposite sides of the room. So yes, and this is the problem that you're having right here, because yellow gets hacked, but when you drop down, you're already in line of sight of the tracer. So the tracer is right on you and then on Maria. So when you guys were over here, yes, right here. Okay. Yes. This is a good position. Okay, so all four of you need to be on Pandy and Deadstock. So that's okay if Waffle's going to roam around a little bit to start things off, but you guys are on the tracer. That's your primary objective for Pandy and Deadstock, is to kill the tracer. And then when you have the Far Mercy up in the air, that's cool. But you know that they're going to come through here, so you can spam rockets here. Your mistake is that you get a little bit too close to the enemy team, because you do have Sombra working around. Now, you don't know where the Sombra is, so Waffle's trying to find the Sombra, but you want to stay together, because if she comes out and tries to hack you, like, she's not hacking you because you're together. So when one of you spreads out, you're going to get hacked. So I'm going to play this in slow motion to see what's going on here at half speed, because the tracer comes in, but you guys back off out of the tracer, and then she's going to go get the health back and then come behind. Yeah, because you guys tried to do a hard commit and then back out, so that was probably the main reason why you lost the fight, is because when you went in, you just backed out immediately when yellow got hacked, and then that forced you to be split at almost half for that positioning. So
Pardon me.
you know what I'd do right here, because I'll make a substitution suggestion for you, Waffle, is play Diva here. And the reason why is because Pandy being on Hog is fine, and then you have McCree to help counter the Tracer and the Sombra. Now, Doomfist, of course, would be a poor choice, but at least with Farah and Mercy, you can stay out of the Sombra's hack range most of the time. Not all the time, obviously, but at least that'll make it more difficult for the Sombra to hack you, because if you're playing Doomfist, then you go in and then you can get hacked easily. But if Waffle swaps from Ball to Diva, then he can easily peel for the people who are getting hacked. So that would help you out immensely here. So I think just a slight change in the group composition. I like the McCree, I like the Hog, I like the Far Mercy, and I like the Lucio, but I would change Hammond to D.Va here because they're running D.Va and Winston, which D.Va is strong against, and the fact that you can peel for the rest of your team that's either getting hacked or getting picked on by the Tracer. So that would be a better option for you defensively. So then I will fast forward out of this and go to the next fight here. Where Sombra's on the outside trying to hack Handy and harass him. And then Waffle's on the outside.
Get back.
Okay, yes. Well, I'm glad Yellow is on the Tracer right now. So Maria, stay with Yellow and take care of one of the flankers. And Waffle, you're still on Ball, so that's going to cause you guys problems because the Sombra does have an EMP now, which they were able to farm quite quickly. Well, you did force them back on the side there. Nice hook. That's unfortunate that that pulse bomb was so big that won them the fight right there. And Waffle's all alone. But he did kill the Sombra. I mean, hey, Waffle killed the Sombra. It is a 5v5, and he can get back here really quick, so I would assume that you guys should just go in and see what you can do, because Waffle can join you really quickly, and then since the Sombra is dead, they can't EMP you, so might as well go in on the 5v5. Nice hook. And avoided the bomb. Good.
Justice reigns from above.
Helden sterben nicht.
Yes, so that was the two biggest issues for you. I noticed is that the Tracer didn't die, so they played a perfect game, and then the Sombra only died one time. So that was the main issue. So I'd say in this situation, if they're going to play double flanking DPS, or if they're going to play a Sombra, then I would suggest to swap off Ball unless you're going to go like a full dive composition against what they have. But if they have a Sombra at all, I would say just don't play Hammond whatsoever, and I'd say pick up D.Va and Zarya, or D.Va and Winston would have been pretty solid against their group composition, in my opinion. So that is what I would do there. That is unfortunate that you guys weren't able to keep the Tracer in check, because they did have some really good moments there. But if your supports need help, then I would suggest going with the either sticking with the Pharah Mercy, or I would go with the D.Va and the Winston. That way you can dive in back to your backline and protect them. Or if you have a Sombra player, then you can pair Sombra with Deadstock, or since I like Yellow's Pharah a lot, unfortunately he can't play Doomfist against this composition. I would just stay with the Far Mercy, and then I would go with the Lucio there, because I mean obviously these two picks are perfect here. You can't go wrong with the McCree and the Lucio, but having the Far Mercy there, if you're not getting consistent value, then that's going to take away from a lot of healing with the rest of your team. So that is the downside to not being able to deal with this and this. So the two biggest thorns in your side being those two players. So I'm going to go back for a moment here onto, yes, this moment, because you guys pushed out of the room here. So keep in mind, this was your strongest starting point. All map, of course, was how you started with this group composition. On Nepal Village. This was perfect. Just staying inside of this room here is the best thing you can do with this group composition, so just don't go outside unless you're cleaning things up. So that was big there. I think this would have been an easy win for you guys if you just stayed inside said building here. So just some positioning mistakes there, but overall I think you guys played the village the best out of all three maps. So I would work on the issues here on the sanctuary, because you had a rough time dealing with the Sombra and the Tracer all game. Alright, I want to look at this fight again in particular.
Nerf this! Justice reigns from above!
Helden sterben nicht.